Hey y'all, today I have the first of a slightly new series of videos that I'm starting, Theatre Kid Storytime. So basically these videos obviously are going to be stories from just various theater experiences that I've had between shows I've been involved with or just shows that I've seen, and today we are starting out with the story of when I saw one of my favorite musicals on the planet, and this is basically also the story of my experience with seeing a show with a revolving stage. So anyone who knows me, as far as theater goes, knows that my favorite musical of all time on this planet is Les Miserables, Les Mis, whatever you call it. It's my favorite musical, ever, since I was in, I don't know, 3rd grade, 2nd grade, or something like that. I was that theater kid, had all the songbooks, had the 10th anniversary cast recording, singing along in the backseat of my parents' car, songs that I just knew all the lyrics by that point. So finally my parents got me tickets to see Les Mis on Broadway during the 2006 revival, and honestly I was just so excited to see it because I obviously it's my favorite musical. I'm being a theater kid who's into acting and all that. Pretty much my dream roles either are Cosette or Eponine. Either one, I'm fine. Just put me in that musical, please. So we go to the show. I was probably around it was 2007 when I saw it, so I was 8. So I'm just hyped to see this show that I've loved for such a long time. So everything starts out great. I love every piece of this show, so and getting to actually see it now was just an amazing experience in itself. The music was amazing, even better live than it was just on the DVDs. The 10th anniversary cast is definitely my favorite cast recording, but the 2006 Broadway revival had some pretty awesome people. Well, when I saw it, it was John Owen Jones playing Jean Valjean, and Judy Kuhn, who was the OG original Broadway cast, Cosette, as Fantine, which was amazing. I love her. So everything is going amazing, toward the end of Act 1. One Day More, which is literally, I'm one of those people who will just try to sing all parts of that, not even caring. I'm just gonna go for it. Okay, so during One Day More, for this particular production, I'm pretty sure the more recent one, the 3rd Broadway run back in 2014, didn't have a revolving stage because it was at a different theater. But the 2006 through 2008 revival had the revolving stage. So that really was starting to be featured more toward the end of One Day More. So I honestly had never seen anything like that being used on a Broadway stage before, because the only other show that I'd seen up to that point, because I was still pretty young and pretty new to theater, was Beauty and the Beast, that I saw 3 times. So I did not know that it was possible to make a stage spin like that. So toward which honestly I loved it though. It looked awesome aesthetically. But then lights up and the scene ends, house lights come on, it's intermission, and I'm just okay, so the stage has stopped spinning, but everything in my head is still spinning like the stage was, like, and I'm not a person who gets motion sick, like, ever. Like, put me on, like, a merry-go-round, I'm fine. Put me on a boat, like, whatever. If I look down and reading something in the car, like, I get a little lightheaded, but that's about it. Like, but this time, like, I was, like, legit dizzy at this point, during intermission. I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna sit in my seat, and I'm going to focus straight ahead, and I'm not going to have a problem, right? So, I just sit through intermission, like, feeling like my brain just went through the spin cycle, trying not to panic over the fact that I'm now sitting in a theater and I'm like, my head is literally spinning everywhere. So Act 2, like, some of my favorite songs from the show are in Act 2. On My Own is probably, I know it's cliche, but probably one of my go-to. Home Alone, I'm singing this at the top of my lungs with the windows open, and my neighbors are probably going to hear all of its songs. Actually, a lot of songs from the show are, so whatever. On My Own, Little Fall of Rain, Little People, Bring Him Home, oh my god. Like, most of my favorite songs from the show are in Act 2, so I'm gonna, like, at this point, I'm, like, still kind of, like, lightheaded and dizzy, but I'm gonna try to enjoy it anyway, because this is my favorite show in the whole wide world. So, just get through it, like, enjoy all my favorite numbers, until, like, I want to say it's, like, after the final battle. First of all, the barricade action was amazing. I still love the way they actually make the whole thing move and then separate at that point. And I've only been on the technical side of theater, like, one time, which is another story in itself. But I really I'm in love with the staging and all of that stuff for this show. Like, the stage design is, oh my god, so good. So it was after the final battle, like, the stage did move a little bit to accommodate, like, the barricades and everything, but that was, like, whatever. Like, I'm dizzy already, like, this is not exactly helping, but it's not making it worse either, and also it just looked cool, so, like, obviously I didn't mind. But right after, like, a couple of songs later, was the musical number Turning. Awesome ensemble song, one of many awesome ensemble songs in this show. But if you know that song, like, if you're really familiar with Les Mis, if you're dizzy, this song is just going to remind you how dizzy you are. And if you haven't, look it up and you will know what I'm talking about. So during Turning, this is an amazing musical number, but during this point, the stage is going around again a lot, and I'm just like, now not only are you reminding me how dizzy I am, you are making me more dizzy at the same time. So that's fine. I'm just gonna sit here and die a little inside. That's okay. I'm still at my favorite musical. So, the finale, oh my god, all the feels, yo, oh my god, trust me, you don't know the feels until you've seen the epilogue for Les Mis. So, finale, so, time to leave after the bows and everything. I go to stand up and I'm just like, hey, okay, that's a thing, I'm really gonna die right here. Okay, that's fine. So, once again, I was kind of new to theater at this point, so I didn't go in stage door. I honestly, at that point, did not really know that stage dooring was a thing until I saw, like, Frankenstein. But I really wish I had stage doored for that, because so many amazing people were in that show at that time that I saw it. But even if I had known about stage dooring and I had wanted to stage door, I probably would not have been able to, because my head just decided, okay, being in the standing position for a long period of time is not an option for you right now. So, okay. And I'm also the kind of person who, once you get me in New York City, like, it's hard to get me to leave, because that's probably one of my favorite places in the universe. I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion, but being the theater kid that I am, I'm literally just in love with the city. But at that point, I'm just like, please take me home. Please take me home. Please take me home. And like, when I say that I want to leave New York City right after a Broadway show, especially, like, that is when you know I am not okay. So, we walked back to the car, and the whole time, the whole drive back home, I'm just like holding my head like, oh my God, I don't know, like, and not to mention, like, I'm getting really, really anxious because I'm dizzy, and being anxious is making me more dizzy, so that's not helping. So by the time that's all done, like, whatever, and I go to bed, and I'm just like, my head's still spinning like crazy, and I go to sleep, and I'm just like, fine, okay, whatever, this is probably gonna be gone by morning. I mean, it's Saturday, so I still have tomorrow to, like, not feel like I'm, like, literally on an endless merry-go-round. So I wake up the next morning, and I'm, like, I sit up, and I'm just like, I'm still a little dizzy, but not, like, a lot. And I stand up, and I'm just like, okay, I'm still dizzy, and I'm anxious, and I don't know whether it's because I'm still legitimately dizzy or because I'm anxious, but knowing me, it was probably a mixture of both. So I literally spent that entire day, like, in a sitting, laying down position in bed, reading over my playbill and looking over the souvenir program that they give you, that you buy when you're there, which I still have, actually. It's probably downstairs right now. But yeah, so that's the story of the first, and I think the only time I've dealt with a revolving stage in a show. But after that, literally the next day, like, I went to school, and I was fine, like, bragged to everybody that I just saw my favorite musical, even though I was literally the only one who cared, because I was the only theater kid in 3rd grade at that time. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I have seen clips of the previous revival back in 2014 through, like, 2016 that ran on Broadway, and it was at a different theater, so like I said, they didn't have the revolving stage. But the ironic thing is, like I said before, it's my dream to be in Les Mis as either Cosette or Eponine. So if I'm in that show and they decide to bring the revolving stage back, like, I'm guessing I'm just gonna have to suck it up. Like, the fact that I'm also terrified of heights, but I want to play either Glinda or Elphaba in Wicked. Theater kid things. But overall, it was still an amazing experience, and I still would see Les Mis again, like, 50 more times if I had the opportunity. And hopefully, cross your fingers, they bring it back one day and I can audition, I guess. So, that's all for now, you guys. But thank you for watching, and I will see all of you next time.